sailed the wintry seas, and the skipper had taken his little daughter to bear him company. Blue were her eyes like the fairies' flags, her cheeks like the dawn of day, her bosom white as the hawthorn buds that open the month of May. The skipper, he stood beside the helm, his pipe was in his mouth. He watched how the veering flaw did blow the smoke, now west, now south. Then up spake an old sailor, had sailed to the Spanish main. I pray thee, put into yonder port, for I fear a hurricane. Last night the moon had a golden ring, and tonight no moon we see. But the skipper, he blew a whiff from his pipe, and a scornful laugh laughed he. Colder and louder blew the wind, a gale from the northeast. The snow fell hissing in the brine, and the billows frothed like yeast. Down came the storm, and smote amain the vessel in its strength. She shuddered and paused like a frighted steed, and leaped her cable's length. Come hither, my little daughter, and do not tremble so, for I can weather the roughest gale that ever the wind did blow. He wrapped her warm in his seaman's coat against the stinging blast. He cut a rope from a broken spar, and bound her to the mast. "Oh, father, I hear a church bell ring, oh, say, what may it be?" "'Tis a fog bell on the rock-bound coast," and he steered for the open sea. "Oh, father, I hear the sound of guns, oh, say, what may it be?" "Some ship in distress that cannot live on such an angry sea." "Oh, father, I see a gleaming light, oh, say, what may it be?" But the father answered never a word, for a frozen corpse was he. Lashed to the helm, all stiff and stark, his face turned toward the skies, a lantern gleamed through the gleaming snow on his fixed and glassy eyes. Then the fair maiden clasped her hands in prayer that saved she might be. She thought of Christ who stilled the waves on a lake in Galilee. Fast through the midnight dark and drear, through the whistling sleet and snow, the vessel swept like a sheeted ghost toward the reef of Norman's Woe. Ever a fitful gust in between, a sound came from the land. It was the sound of the trampling surf on the rocks and the hard sea sand. The breakers were right beneath her bow, she drifted a dreary wreck. Then a whooping billow swept her crew like icicles from her deck. She struck where white and fleecy waves looked soft as carded wool, but the cruel rocks, they gored her side like the horns of an angry bull. Her rattling shrouds, all sheathed in ice, with the mast went by the board. Like a vessel of glass, she stove and sank. Ho, ho, the breakers roared. At daybreak on a bleak sea beach, a fisherman stood aghast to see the form of a maiden fair lashed close to a drifting mast. The salt sea was frozen on her breast, the salt tears in her eyes. He saw her hair like the brown seaweed with the billows fall and rise. Such was the wreck of the Hesperus in the midnight and the snow. Christ save us all from a death like that on the reef of Norman's Woe.
You can hear the